All right, all right, all right. One more again. We're gonna try this one more time. And if it doesn't work out, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun and it has been real. But if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please give me the thumbs up. Please let me know something in advance. Doc is trying to get this done. I did a whole reboot. I restarted my internet. I did everything humanly possible to try to get this to work right. And if you guys tell me that, Doc, I can hear you loud and clear, everything is good, then we're going to go on with the show. But if you guys are telling me, Doc, you're still in and out, you're still cracking up on me, I can't hear you, whatever it is, whatever you tell me, whatever you tell me, if you tell me you can hear me good, then we'll go for it. If you can't hear me at all, then I'm shutting it down. I'll just do the shit tomorrow. It'll be the Saturday free for all. All right. But if you guys can hear me better, please let me know. Doc did a full diagnostic check, the whole nine, to make sure this worked. That's why it took me so long. So my apologies. But if I'm going to deliver a great show, I have to be able to make sure my audience can hear me 100%. Shout out to my boy Chris, first in this bitch. I see you. Appreciate you being there, my boy Smooth Riffs. Tommy, you say I'm good. El Go says he can hear me better. Everything's coming through loud and clear. Thank you, God, man. Took long enough, but I'm glad that it seems to be working out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get back to what I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted by myself. As I was saying, I was talking about the positives and the negatives of the Philippines, right? I was talking about how we always discuss the positives, the things that we like about the Philippines, and we discuss the negative things that we don't like about the Philippines. But it's very, very, very rare that we discuss the things that scare us the most about the Philippines, the things that frighten us the most about the Philippines. Now, I'm not saying that you're a foreigner and you're straight up little bitch and you're just scared of everything, like you scared of you jumping out of your skin at your own shadow, but there are some things in the Philippines that I myself find to be very uncomforting. You understand? There are some things in the Philippines that I find to be rather nerve wracking. And to be honest, many of these things come from the fact that I myself am not Filipino. I myself have no Filipino blood. I am just a foreigner living in a foreign land. So a lot of the things that quote unquote scare me, this is just air quoted, are surrounded by the fact that I myself am not Filipino. All right. So the first scare, or the first thing that scares me about the Philippines is, give me a minute, guys. I got to find it. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. The first thing that scares me about the Philippines is the increase in the spread of HIV cases. Now, a lot of people will be like, Doc, why does that scare you? You're in a monogamous relationship. Hint, hint, winkety wink. Because I'm in a monogamous relationship, etc. Yeah, that's what I say. A lot of people will be like, Doc, why does the spread of HIV cases, or the increase in the spread of HIV cases, scares you? The reason that it scares me is because it's basically showing a trend, but definitely a trend in the wrong direction. You understand? It's definitely showing a trend in the wrong direction that you would hope the Philippines would not go into. I kind of feel like the fact that this is becoming a real thing, it may definitely deter some, not all, very few, but deter, a couple of people from saying, nah, I'm good, man. These girls are, catching it. But I mean, if we look deeper and peel back the layers of this particular topic, things will definitely start to reveal itself. But I'm not going to peel back the layers. We've talked about this time and time again. But at the end of the day, it's definitely something that is scary. You understand? And I'm not going to dwell on it too much because I have a couple of other things that I want to, bring to the table. So again, first things first, the increased spread in the HIV cases is definitely something that is making me a little bit nervous about being here in the Philippines. And I think that it will definitely, make some foreigners think a little bit before they act. I would hope so. But in hindsight, we can honestly say that these diseases are probably being spread by the foreigners themselves. So that kind of plays a major, major, major role in how these things are definitely affecting the country. So, another reason to blame the foreigner. Go figure. But anyways, that's just my first one. But I'm going to get into some of your scares as well. The second one, the long-term effects of social media. And again, some of these may be surface level. Some of these have some very, very deep thought-provoking instances, as it relates to myself. The second thing that scares me is the long-term effects of social media. I don't know about y'all, but Filipinos, they are all over the internet. They are all over social media. They're all over your Facebooks, your Instagrams, you name it. And I think if you ask me honestly, I think the Philippines is probably the biggest social media capital, probably close, if not the number one in the world, is definitely at the top of like the most countries that really like access and use social media, Facebooks, etc. And they really do have a strong online presence. And with that strong online presence, what comes with that? The influence of the Western world, what we pretty much try to stay away from, what we pretty much try to, what we're trying to escape when we leave our Western world, countries, wherever it may be, coming to the Philippines and realizing that it's having a meticulous trickulating down, a downward trickle effect into the country. It's kind of poisoning it. Like my man Danny says, social media is definitely a social disease. It's making things a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is just something that I've noticed since I've been in the Philippines, and even things that I noticed when I was, back in the United States. People are finding it hard to have regular, meaningful, communicative conversations with one another using their words, mouth to mouth. People are not talking to each other anymore. They're texting all the time, or they're DMing, or they're doing shit like that. So that particular effect is starting to come through and definitely make its presence known in the Philippines. Okay, I'm gonna run through mine real quick because I definitely want to make sure that I get to yours as well. This one right here is probably one of the biggest fears of a lot of people. I'm just gonna put it there, and I'm gonna let you see it, and you tell me what you think about it. Okay, I'm gonna say my piece. The third thing that I think scares me, and probably other foreigners, and I'm not saying that it scares you like literally, but I have to say it's the lady boys, man. That's just something that if you're from the US, you're just not used to that shit. You don't see that shit every day. So coming to the Philippines, it'll throw your game off a little bit. Like, what the fuck is this, right? And again, like I said, I don't care how you dress or what you do with your life. That is completely up to you. Bahalaka ain't got shit to do with me. But I'm telling you, man, the only thing that makes me uncomfortable about lady boys, and this ain't to pat myself on the back at all, because this is the one time that I wish that I didn't look good to somebody. But if they find you to be an attractive foreigner, if they find you to be attractive in any way, shape, or form, and trust me, it doesn't take much. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It does not take much for a lady boy to be attracted to you. But if they find you attractive in any way, shape, or form, they're very aggressive. I'd like to tell people all the time, I don't care how they dress. I don't care how much of a woman they try to be. They're still men. And trust me, the mentality of a man, an alpha male more specifically, let's be honest, the mentality of a man is if they want something, they're going to go and get it. This is somebody who is, who has alpha traits, I should say. I'm not going to say that a lady boy is an alpha male. That seems pretty contradictory. I understand. But anybody who has that, I'm going to go get it if I want it in them. Yeah, they going to do that. They going to do that. Okay. So again, unfortunately, that is something that I do think, makes some foreigners uncomfortable. I'm no different than anybody else. I'm honest. I don't find situations where I have to deal with lady boys on a regular basis. I don't find that comforting. And the only reason I don't find it comforting is it's not the fact that I'm scared of them. It's the fact that if I'm seen around them, people gonna think that, that's the kind of alternative lifestyle that I live. And don't get me wrong, Doc comfortable in his own skin. You hear me talking and having these conversations about gaycation and shit like that because it's funny to me. And I don't really care. But, to have that image where people think, well, he's hanging around this, so and so and so and so. Now all of a sudden, people looking at me all sideways and shit. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyways, that right there is I think that's number 3. That's like the third thing that really scares me about the Philippines. And this one, I think we can all agree on. The last one that I have for myself. Here is, hold on, guys. Give me a split. There she blows. Being blackmailed. I think that one of the biggest fears outside of dealing with ladyboys in the whole nine is the fear of being blackmailed or blacklisted. Okay? Let's say that one more time. The fear of being blackmailed or blacklisted. They kind of all fall in the same. Danny, I'm going to give you credit where credit is due because you mentioned that earlier. And also, my boy, I saw the message when I was having those technical difficulties, and I wanted to shout you out. I just forgot your name, but yeah, I heard that you were definitely yeah. Hold on, yeah. I saw that it was mentioned that you were talking about being blackmailed as well. That is something that I think foreigners find to be the scariest, man. Because when you're in a situation like that, you only have one way out, and what's that one way out? You gotta pay for it, right? And that's uncomforting. I don't know any man that's gonna be okay with being blackmailed, right? I mean, I don't see that being comfortable for anybody. So again, guys, I appreciate y'all coming through. I see we got 26 in the building. Appreciate all 26 of y'all coming through and showing love. Let me get my stuff together. This is the Friday Free for All, ladies and gentlemen. You know how these rules go. Anybody and everybody could be allowed on. I like to try to get new people on. So if you were on last week, by all means, there's nothing wrong with you coming on again. But I definitely want to give everybody a fair chance to speak their mind. So before I run and do all of this, let me go ahead and run to the chat, make sure that I'm not missing anybody. So I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, 26 watching. I would appreciate y'all caressing my lesson and de-stressing yourself all over that like button. Most definitely wants it, needs it, and has to have it. So please feel free to do so. If you guys want to support the good doc, please feel free to do so. But of course, he's happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of time with him today. Now you and then. Let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. I see my boy back to the top, my boy Christopher. You were first in the building. Smooth riffs. I appreciate y'all coming through. Tommy, thank you guys for telling me the sound is going on. Get lost, my boy. Manny, appreciate you coming back. Tino, appreciate you being here. Richard Faith, always love, man. Appreciate you guys. My boy Reggie Dallas, always in the building. Appreciate you showing some love. My man Andre says, what scares me the most here is when trike drivers yell out where you live as you're exiting the mall store. Really? I mean, I never really had that happen, but to know that people know where I live at, if it's not in a condo area, it's more like a residential area, I can see how that would make you nervous and how it would make me nervous as well. But I mean, how does that trike driver know your damn full address? Most of the time, like I said, I lived in Iwa Village, Terrell. So they'll be like, oh, Iwa, I know you're going to Iwa. They can know where I live in Iwa. They just don't know like the exact address. But if they do, that could definitely scare you. Eyes on what's good. He says, what scares me in the Philippines is those spiders. Bruh, stop the show. Eyes on, man. You are killing it. Because, dude, them banana spiders, that shit gives me nightmares, bruh. Not gonna lie. The banana spiders in the Philippines, man, they give me nightmares, man. Because I had to kill a couple of them. And I did not do that easy. I'm not arachnophobic, but I'm scared of big ass spiders. Okay. I'm not arachnophobic, but you put a big ass spider in a room with me, he can have the room. I'm not going to fight him for the room. Matter of fact, I will pay his bill that night because I am getting the hell out of there. Or I'm calling up a maid. I'm calling up somebody to pick that some bitch up because I am not going to do it myself. I'll tell you the truth. True story. I was in a hotel room by myself. I called downstairs. I said, look, can you send like somebody because I need them to clean up something? And then I showed this sweet little old lady came through. She knocked on the door. She says, how can I help you, sir? And then I opened the door and I pointed at the spider because it had not moved. And so she's like, oh, sir, okay, I'll kill it for you. All she did was grab this big ass broom and smash it against the wall. And when it hit the ground, it made a sound. So you know it was a big ass spider. That shit thudded on the floor like it was like a boom. And I'm like, man, that shit scares the hell out of me. When I don't have raid, it's like my I get spidey senses and like I start getting triggered and the shit don't fit. So yeah, you're right. Danny, like you said, being blackballed or blacklisted for any reason, 100%. Shout out to my boy Oscar. He says shoot driving scared the hell out of me. I am not used to having all kinds of animals and kids just walking in front of the damn car without giving. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you said driving scares you in the Philippines. Okay, I had to read that out loud. Driving is definitely something that scares me as well. The last thing you want to do is hit somebody, a pedestrian in the Philippines. Are you killing me? Are you kidding me? They will walk in the middle of the street and fucking sit there and be like, and act like you're at fault. They don't use crosswalks or anything. Now in Davao City, I don't know if you guys know this, but let's be 100%. They ticket you in Davao City for not using the crosswalks now. So yeah, Manila, probably your small town provincial areas, you'll have those issues, but not so much in Manila like it used. I mean, in Davao like it used to be. So yeah, that scares me too. Driving in the Philippines, last thing you want to do is hit somebody. My boy El Go says lack of quality technology. Yeah, I guess I can attest to that, man, with these whole internet issues and shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for that. That's just the infrastructure of the country. That's something that they have to build up. So I'm not really scared of it. It's just the fact that it is an inconvenience. All right. That is definitely an inconvenience, no doubt. My man Andre says, Mike, but that's what ladyboys. Mindanao cases are very few. If you were referencing the HIV that I mentioned earlier, yeah, I mean, I just want to say overall, and within the spread of the country, right? If we talk about specific areas targeting Mindanao, specifically targeting the Visayas and the Luzon area specifically, probably you can say that the cases of the spread of HIV, if that's what you're referring to, is probably not as significant as it may be in other areas, but I don't want to overlook the fact that it's happening in the country as well. Shout out to Ray, man. Appreciate you coming through. Like Danny says, social media is definitely a social disease. My man Andre says what scares him is the amount of girls with buzz cuts. Hey man, there's a lot of tomboys and lesbians in the Philippines, guys. Let's just let that be known. I mean, there's no getting around that. That shit is for real, for real. All right. Like I said, we got 30. Oh my god. 30 watching and 9 likes. Y'all playing with me. Y'all don't like me very much, do you? Y'all don't like me at all. How are we gonna have an interactive show if y'all gonna give me 9 likes? I think that I'm hurting myself, man. I'm hurting myself tonight for no reason. Anyways, about to scratch my throat out with this nonsense. My man Rayman says the social degradation of the current generation is they do not know how to socialize in person. And because of that, it definitely stunts their growth. Like you said, it stunts their growth socially. As a matter of fact, when Danny and I were on the last Friday Free for All, which we did on Saturday because I had internet issues, we talked specifically about a particular group of individuals that are basically the most socially awkward people you'll meet in the world, because we were talking about how they leave these very blunt and blatant comments on these sexy pictures of women that they find online, specifically Filipinas. And it's like when you read them, it's like, why are they talking like this? And it's because they don't have any social interaction, whether it be with females, whether it just be social interaction altogether. It doesn't exist for them. And because it doesn't exist for them, they're finding it difficult to literally talk to a female. So they only talk to them as sexually and as perverse as humanly possible. And I kind of feel like if we translate that into the whole what social media is doing to people in person, they don't know how to talk to people. That's why you see people when they're having conversations, they're sending text messages to one another on a phone, and they're sitting literally right next to each other. This shit is just weird. It's weird. The social awkwardness it's a part of reality, but at the end of the day, we have to understand that this is what the world is becoming. And if you're not gonna get with that, if you're not gonna get up with it, or get with the times, you might be the one left behind. You might be the one looking stupid, try to have a conversation with yourself. Shout out to my boy BGC Mike. What's good with you, bro? Mike, if you want to come on, man, let me know. Please give me a heads up. Let me see who else we got. We got Get Lost, Locked Up Abroad. Probably one of my favorite shows of all times, man. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that ladyboys scare you, but it's definitely something that is uncomforting to an extent. Everybody has a level of comfort wherein it becomes a little bit uncomfortable when people start to get a little bit fresh, which is it ain't right. All right. I don't really see it as often in the US when I'm back home. I don't know why. Maybe my small town city doesn't really count, but it definitely happens. It definitely happens. Scare, he says, when mayors and politicians are executed ambush style in broad daylight. Andre, I gotta agree with you on that one. That shit scared the hell out of me. Many of you guys remember years ago they had the Maguindanao massacre. That was probably one of the worst. I mean, since that time, during election times, you've heard a lot about You've heard a lot about like certain incidences where certain mayors are being picked off, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm just saying that to be real. You've heard of certain isolated incidences where some mayors have been, executed, and that's crazy. But the Maguindanao massacre basically damn near killed an entire family almost. Plus, media personnel, journalists, and also cameramen and stuff like that. Bad, super, super, super bad. You haven't heard of anything that bad in a long time. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. The one thing that scares me the most is if you become a casualty of it, which is why I don't really hang around my politician friends, people who are into politics. I don't hang around them because number one, they have to have a multitude of security that is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not saying that I'm rubbing shoulders with politicians, but I do know a couple, maybe a handful that are into, mayor, like, how can I say this? They're mayors. Then there's a couple of counselors, a couple of chairmen and stuff like that. And like, but for like first and second district and shit like that. But they do exist and they have to have security. People will knock your ass off for anything nowadays. It's crazy. But yes, I feel you, man. When they catch you in broad daylight, it scares the hell out of me too. Get Lost. Yes, I've seen ATL. One of my favorite clips was when old boy was in jail, and he was like, dude, you gay, man. He was like, because he thought the chick was a female. Yeah, she was crazy, man. Rain Man, goofy foreigners, they fuck with my head too. They fuck with my head too. SML says watching another YouTuber and the house help was one. Oh God, you get it. Shout out to my boy Jay. Jay, I'm just now getting to you, man. If Jay wants to come on, Jay, you can come on. All right, for sure. If Jay wants to come on, Jay can come on as well. Just want to copy and paste my link because I did not do that yet. Excuse me, my bad. Anyways, Jay, if you want to come on, family, it'll be good to have you on for sure. World Traveler said. The CMC corner. Oh, hell no, man. You can miss me with that bullshit. Eyes On says, when do you do first? What do you do first? Book your ticket, then Airbnb, or get the Airbnb, then the ticket? I kind of get my ticket first. The reason that I get my ticket first is because I at least have the 100% knowledge that I'm coming. That's why I do that. And Andre, yeah, they're pretty much easy to figure out. He says they always give themselves away. It's not, I mean, I don't think, no, the fear is not being able to not tell the difference between a ladyboy and the problem that I don't have is not being able to identify them. It's when they make it uncomfortable when you try to come around, but they ass don't know how to take no for an answer. And the reason why it scares me, and the only reason why it scares me is because then I have to be aggressive. Then I'm looking like the angry black man. Then I'm sitting here trying to tell you, back the fuck up off me. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Because after a while, I start cursing at people because I get angry. And when I do that, now all of a sudden, I'm looking like I'm the aggressor and whatnot. And then it actually looks like I'm trying to have a conversation. The shit don't play. It don't play at all. Terry Edwards, yes, no means no. I'm not playing that game anyways. Jay says ladyboys always feel uncomfortable around me because they know I don't roll that way. Oh yeah, most of them know when you tell them that shit that is not how you roll. And if you look at them a certain way, they'll back the fuck off. But sometimes you do have the ones that don't know how to take the hint, and that's when you got to be aggressive. That's when you have to show your ass. And I don't never want situations to escalate that way. Larry says, what scares me the most about the Philippines is the earthquakes. I agree, Larry. Earthquakes ain't nothing to fuck with because that's something you can't prepare for. You understand? Earthquakes are things that you cannot prepare for. They're natural disasters. It's not like the typhoons or the hurricanes, like I said before. Those you can prepare for because they tell you in advance. The meteorologist tells you, yeah, they coming. You can tell in advance. Okay, they on their way, so you can, prepare accordingly. But from time to time, these earthquakes, they just pop up. You understand? So I appreciate 40 of y'all coming in. I'm like, damn, I'm not this popular, man. Who over here being sneaky, man? I don't know, man. Doc's not that popular to have 40 people just in here chilling and shit. But anyways, I appreciate all 40 of y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and distress that like button. It wants it. It needs it. Most definitely has to have it. The link is posted there for anybody who wants to come on. But if I don't know you very well, I might not click on you. I'm going to be honest. There was that one dude who tried to come on the first time. You guys missed it. Whenever I did my first or made my first attempt at this Friday free for all, there was this guy who came on the show, and I think he was trying to play porn in the background. But little did that douchebag know, I allow you to be on my show. You can't just come on like some fucking Google Hangout and fuck everything up. I allow you to be on the show, and I can mute you when I want to and remove you when I want to. So I guess he got pissed off because he kept trying to come back on, and that shit just wasn't flying. So be respectful of the good docs. Attempt to make something new, make something happen. I appreciate y'all being here. Jerry, I see Jerry's here. I know I'm late in the chat, guys. Jerry, if you want to come on, please feel free. He said some of these foreigners come for the ladyboys. Yeah, we can name a few guys who definitely come for that, but we're not gonna say any names. David, what's good with you, bro? I gotta get through the chat, man. Tino says what is scary for him is ending up in jail, not having the right legal representation, being falsely accused of anything. Tino, that is a very, very valid point, my friend. The last thing I want to do is get arrested in the Philippines. The last thing I want to do is go to a Philippine jail. I think that's probably having no rights at all to an extent. And we can extend that to property rights. We can extend that to a bunch of different things. Lack of rights, period, is what scares me about the Philippines. We can talk about property rights for the foreigner. Yeah, we can own our condos outright. But as far as property and things like that, I think there's a 60-40. I mean, I don't know the actual rules. I believe it's 60-40. I don't know. Okay. But not having the right to be able to, for the basic necessities, be able to buy your own property. Imagine this. Filipinos can come to the U.S. and buy a house and ain't nobody got nothing to say about it. But a foreigner trying to buy anything in the Philippines, all of a sudden, a lot of red tape, a lot of questions. Why? They don't question them in the U.S. They just let them buy whatever they want to. And that's not just Filipinos. That's anybody. They can buy whatever they want to, own it outright. There's no, I don't know, pay the property tax or whatever, and you're good. But in the United States, but in the Philippines, foreigners got to damn near break their neck and go through all this red tape, jump through hoops. And for what? Just so that they can potentially own something? I think it's kind of bullshit, but I can't be mad at the government for doing right. If the U.S. government just gonna let anybody and everybody own some shit, it ain't the Philippines' fault for that. So, definitely something to take into consideration. My man Terry says scared of natural disasters like typhoons and earthquakes. I agree. Them random ass earthquakes do scare the hell out of us. Terry Edwards, I appreciate you, brother. That brings up a very, very valid point. My man says that he's scared of going broke in the Philippines. And I think that is a lot of foreigners, myself included, man. The last thing I want to do is not have money in the Philippines. Who wants to be that guy that goes broke in the Philippines? This happened to a lot of people. You would be surprised at how many people it has affected. And you can blame it on so many different things. It's ridiculous. You can blame it on the fact that they didn't know how to budget and spend their money while they were there, so they ended up losing it before they were spending it before they got it. Or you can blame it on the fact that they didn't come to the Philippines with enough. I don't really know, but I'm going to try to do a video. And this was inspired by another video that I saw. I want to talk about how much is enough to bring to the Philippines, like for retirement. If you're looking to never go back, how much money should you bring? Blah, blah, blah. It would be an intriguing conversation because everybody's numbers are different based on lifestyle purposes, et cetera, et cetera. But it would definitely be a topic that could open up mind states. If you want to start to give actual numbers, breakdowns, why you believe you'll need this much for, are you taking into consideration a cushion just in case, emergencies happen? What are you trying to bring in? You understand? So it's definitely something that you have to take into consideration whenever you are, I'm sorry guys, trying to figure out how much money you want to bring with you to the Philippines. All right. My man, let me see. I got to get to the chat. My boy Essential Classics, what's good with you? My man Andre says Filipinos lighting their chest on fire. Yeah, it does scare me, and the only reason that scares me is because there's so many trees in the Philippines. Damn shit could catch on fire and burn down the whole barangay. Yeah, I've seen that happen. This shit's crazy. My man DE says the woman I brought home letting some letting someone in while I sleep. Oh shoot, that's crazy. Yeah, that would scare the hell out of me too, bro. Letting someone come in. She's letting somebody in your house while you taking a nap. Nah. First of all, how do they even know where you stayed at? Number one. Second of all, I would ask so many questions. I think I would be extremely pissed. I would think that somebody would have common sense not to do that, but I don't know, bro. But yeah, I feel you, my man. I see you. I see you trying to come on. Just give me a split second. I gotta run through my people real quick. Larry says, I also have a fear of ending up in prison in the Philippines due to being set up. I agree. It sucks. Last thing you want to do is get set up. It happens to some people. Somebody lay a claim on you, and you're like, well, I didn't do it, but it's your word against somebody else's, right? So yeah, I agree with you. Danny says a mad Filipino when you want to get some sleep. Yeah, I don't play that shit either, bro. My man Andre also says people here knowing your name whenever you've never even met them before. Yeah, that's why you never give your real name. Everybody knows that. Never give your real information if you can avoid it at all costs. Get Lost says what scares him in the Philippines is them damn roaches, man. Roaches be the size of roaches be the size of mice in this country, man. The roaches do not play. But yeah, man, I guess if you grew up in the projects, I didn't, but I've been around some huge roaches and shit. It don't float, bro. It scared the hell out of me, but I don't play it either. My boy Quentin Willis was good with you, bro. I'm getting through the chat, guys. Give me a split second. Richard says, I am legally blind. Army veteran. Salute to you, my brother. He says that was hurt in Iraq. That is going totally blind. So my fear is not see the traffic and trying to get around. You know what, Richard? I mean, it's not required for you to drive. I wouldn't want you to drive in those particular with those particular variables. Like I said, going blind and possibly going totally blind. I would just tell you just to avoid it at all costs. Just get into a taxi. All you need to do is make sure you know where you're going. Last thing I want you to do is have a taxi driver take you to places that you're not familiar with. And that's especially if you don't really know the directions or how to get to places and things like that. All right. Rayman says spider fighting is a sport. Yes, it is. I've seen it happen. It's the weirdest thing. But they don't bring big ass spiders that are on steroids. They bring them little spiders that they put on that stick and they just be fighting. Andre, mosquitoes and big ass roaches for sure. Richard says I'm coming back to Cebu and Davao this January to May. My man David says begging ass Filipino relatives, they want to hit you up for some loot. Yeah, they truly do. You never want to come across those spiders, man. I know somebody was on here. You left, my brother. I am so sorry. I wanted to get through this first because if I don't, then I'm never going to get through the chat. And I wanted to read through it first. I'm sorry. Let me post my link again. Somebody probably bad as hell, like Doc don't want to bring nobody on. I do stress natural skepticism, ladies and gentlemen. I've had issues before with people just trying to come on and try to fuck my show up. So in order to avoid that, trust me, I mean, if I don't know who you are by your name, don't take it the wrong way. Doc just don't play that shit. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Like I said, I'll bring people on that I know, and I don't mind letting other people on, but I'll give you a couple seconds to say your piece. But if you're coming through to fuck it up, just don't. If you want to wait, please feel free to wait. All right. Andre says the whole run guy knows your business. Yeah, that's something that's scary too. They know how many girls you bring to your house. They know how many girls have been to your house. Let me tell you a story, man. Let me tell you a true story. And I hate this story, but I'm going to share it with you because I feel like you guys are like family, okay? So there was once upon a time where Doc used to be, yeah, I used to get it in, okay? There was once upon a time, Doc had his fun in the Philippines. What do you expect? Young African-American foreigner just having the time of his life. And what pissed me off the most is when I used to, like, let's say, for example, I used to have company come over. When the company would come over, I didn't care if they came over by, jeepney or if they came by taxi, and I just paid for it, but the ones that used to ride jeeps to come through, what they would do is they would have to ride the bike. And I would tell them, I'm like, look, don't let the bike come straight to my house. Just stop at the top of the street and I'll come get you. Or, I'll come get you at the top of the street. And of course I paid it. Don't worry about it. I always paid. I ain't no asshole. Anyways, So one time, this one young lady, and I was dealing with her long term. I mean, it was something that was, not serious, but something that, I wasn't really getting around. But previously, I did have some company that came over probably about a couple of days prior. So she commences to telling me that the guy that's on the bike is telling her, "Oh, you must be going to that foreigner's house, right?" And this is literally what she said. She's like, "Oh, you're going to the foreigner's house. You know he had a girl over there a couple of days ago." Like the motherfucker just telling all the business. I mean, spilling all your tea. Damn near coffee spilling all over his nigga, dribbling and shit. Getting on my nerves because he's basically trying to dime me out. Now, I don't know if he had an interest in the girl. I don't know if he liked her 9 times out of 10. He probably did. But when you got somebody over here trying to like basically open-ended snitch on you, that shit makes me uncomfortable. It kind of makes me upset, to be honest with you. It makes me mad. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I was in the right or the wrong, but she did confront me about it. She says, "Yeah, he told me about this, and I just want to ask you if it's true." And so I told her the truth. I was like, "Yeah, I did have company over here before, but it wasn't like what she thought it was." You understand? I told her, it wasn't anything like what you believe it to be. She believed it and she let it go. But the simple fact is, you got people that live in your neighborhood trying to spill your tea and tell your business. That shit does scare me a little bit because they could tell anything. They could tell, like for example, if you choose to go on a vacation or you choose to leave your house for a specific period of time, they can tell somebody in the neighborhood, "Oh, yeah, that foreigner's gone already. Yeah, I seen him get into a taxi cab with his luggage bag, so he's probably flying somewhere." I never tell my neighbors that I'm leaving. I never tell anybody when I'm leaving. And when I do leave from my house, at least back then, I always try to get a flight early in the morning or late at night. That way, nobody saw me physically leave my house. Yeah, the cars are still in the driveway. I didn't have a maid at that time, but they couldn't tell if there was anybody there or not. They just know that the house was quiet. And I don't really blast loud music, so nobody really knew if I was there or not. But you come through and you don't see no lights on in the house. What you expect people to believe? So the whole barangay, the neighborhood knowing your business. I've been there, I've done that. It never really fell back on me. But at the end of the day, the shit just makes me mad when you got people trying to spread your business out there. Rain Man, 100% dengue is scary. I believe dengue is very scary. I don't want it. I think that I have a built-in immune system to it, but yes, that is definitely something that would scare me as far as being in the Philippines as well. I agree. Uh, what is scary is Filipinos lie. Yeah, men lie, women lie, but facts and evidence do not. I agree. Shout out to my boy Iceland. What's good with you, bro? He says the dogs, those are what scare you. Yeah, them damn rabid dogs. Yeah, yeah. Even if you can defend yourself against that raggedy little bitch, the problem is if he bites you or scratches you, you don't know what you're gonna get as a result. So yeah, the dogs scare me too. They do. They make me nervous. So shout out to my boy Iceland. Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. I see we still got about 40 strong, man. That is an awesome number, man. Doc doesn't get these numbers often. So I thank you guys for listening to the best podcast in Philippine YouTube genre. You know what it is. I'm talking shit, but I'm being honest. I feel like I am the best. Anyways, um, I appreciate y'all coming through and show love to the good doc. Don't consider it cockiness. Just consider it a compliment. And I'm happy that you guys are here with me. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you're here. And I thank you for that. I mean, I do. I highly appreciate that. That shit's from the heart, from the good doc, Dr. Mike TV, to all of you out there at the sound of my voice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Salamat, salahat. Thank you guys for being here. But I do need you to hit that like button. You may not like me, but I do need you to hit the like button, okay? So y'all make sure y'all take care of that. Caress, molested, and distress all over it. Trust me, it wants it, needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support the good doc, please feel free to do so. But of course, he's happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of time with him today. Nayon Din. My boy Get Lost says tuberculosis. Well, that doesn't really scare me because I got my shot or I've been tested for it and I don't have it. So it's not really something that scares me, but I can see how any type of medical scare would scare me too. Okay. Rayman says being asked for a loan by friends or family is very scary. Rayman, I agree 100%. I believe that you are Filipino. I am not sure. I've never asked you. My apologies, but I do believe you do have Filipino blood. And because you live in the United States and because they know that you live in the United States and you might be super rich or not super rich, but just because they know the fact that you live in the United States, they gonna ask you for money. And I do understand how that's scary because this is family, this is blood, and you want to try your best to help as much as humanly possible, but you got to learn to say no. And I'm sure you know how to do that. That's not what I'm saying, but it's the fact that you have to say no. Then when you do say no, the tension and the animosity that could possibly come with it, it's enough to scare you a little bit. Like, you don't want to create any tension or rift in your family because you don't feel right giving money to them when they ask. So yeah, that can be scary. Having to say no to family can be scary because how they react is definitely something you can't control. You got to keep it pushing and doing your own damn thing, but it sucks because when that happens, I know that you're in a tough position. You either say yay or nay. And if you say nay, people looking at you like you bougie and shit, like you're better than them, and that's not the case. Maybe you ain't got it, but the fact that you have to say no, or the fact that you don't want to say no, or that you have to avoid talking about it if you really don't want to come out and just say no, yeah, it can be uncomforting and definitely scary. My man NY Mets fan was good with you. He says the scare that he has is the MPA out in the countryside where they could pop out at any time for attacks or kidnapping. Oh yeah, man. That's why I avoid traveling them side roads by myself. I'm usually on a bus with a whole bunch of folks so they can pick on them and not me. I never travel or like a van or something where there's a bunch of us in there. Cause ain't no way in hell you just gonna single out the foreigner if you can't see me. Most of the time I travel at night. I'm black in the motherfucker. So I could just put my hoodie up, sit in the back, and nobody even see me there. Or I'm looking broke as hell. I'm haggard and all types of shit. Nobody really cares what this foreigner in the back is doing. So I kind of make sure that when I travel, I don't travel in a place or a space where they're gonna get me like that. They're gonna get everybody else before they get me. Trust me. They got to go through a lot of people before they get to me. So I avoid traveling on them back roads or roads that I don't know like that, or by myself, or in isolated situations where there's limited people in the vehicle and they can single you out, as a foreigner. But you do have that. They say going towards Kota. Luckily for me, I've never put myself in a situation but I can tell you a story where I put myself in a vulnerable situation and nothing happened. One night it was probably after my 22nd birthday, something like that. Around my 22nd birthday, I was having some drinks with some friends, and where my school is in comparison to where my jeepney route goes is probably about a couple of kilometers, maybe 2 or 3 kilometers. It was dark, probably about 11 o'clock at night. I'm walking down the damn street. I'm walking and I'm walking, and every time I get to a place, I kind of have to use the bathroom. That's what happens when I drink a lot. I have to go to the bathroom a lot. So I'm stopping to go to the bathroom, stopping to go to my bathroom. I'm going down side alleys. I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect nobody and piss on like somebody's building or anything. So I'm in side alley. If I can't find a bathroom, of course, business establishments are closed, so it's not like I can go inside of a store use the bathroom. But I'm on side alleys and shit. People could have knocked me over the head, all kinds of shit. Now I'm not a little dude, but at that time I wasn't really a big guy either. I mean, 2, 3 of them come at me. I mean, they're probably gonna they stand a better chance, 2 or 3 of them at a time. So, you know, doing stupid stuff like that when you're not in your, I wouldn't say I wasn't in my right mind, but when you're slightly inebriated, it doesn't really help you at all. So, yeah, robberies in broad, but you're talking about in broad daylight. They very rarely go for foreigners. It's a rarity that they go for foreigners, but it is possible as well. Let me not overlook that, okay? My man World Traveler says, what's scary is having to be treated in a public hospital for an injury. Oh yeah, I told y'all my story, man, about my girlfriend's uncle who got the wrong leg amputated, and they ended up amputating both of them. He probably ended up passing away probably about a week or 2 weeks after the amputations. It was a sad story. I mean, but he had diabetes, and I think he had like really bad swelling in the legs or something like that, so it had to happen. But yes, That happened in a semi-public hospital. It wasn't really public, but it could have been public because it didn't look any better than any facility that I've seen in a public hospital. So yeah, yeah, nothing scary than being treated in public hospitals in the Philippines. I give public hospitals all the respect in the world, but not happening. I avoid that at all costs. Andre says what scares him is the nasty ass restaurant. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Andre says 90% of restaurants here should be shut down. Oh, touche. But they'll never be. Oh, and you bring up a good point, Andre. You say 90% of the restaurants should be shut down. I'll tell you why they won't be shut down, because there is no FDA regulations. There is no regulatory office where you have to maintain a certain percentage to keep your business establishment open. In the United States, you see in these little plaques where they've been investigated, they be like 90%, 93%, like 99.9%, 100%, shit like that. When they get their inspection and stuff like that, they don't get inspections in the Philippines. That's why these restaurants be having dirty ass cats on the floor. They be having these roaches that look like the size of your hand crawling across the floor, picking on your plate. We're just waiting for you to leave, sitting in the corner, just waiting for you to depart, so that they can pick up their scraps and keep it moving. You have shit like that, So, that is definitely something that is nerve wracking to an extent. These restaurants and their facilities, I should say, the sanitary or the sanitation issues that go along with these particular restaurants. It does scare you. It deters a lot of foreigners from eating there. Like I say, your local carinderias, you don't know how clean those dishes are. You don't know if they wash them with hot water, if they put a cold water plate, rub it off and put it back up there. You just never know. Okay. So I can see how that can make you a little nervous, a little nerve wracking. My man says his name is a classy black man TV radio. Shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you coming through. If you got a YouTube channel, I'll make sure I check that out. But I appreciate you spending some time with the good doc. He says I don't think a lot of people are scared. I think a lot of these males who call themselves men have to be able to afford to go to your supervisor to tell your supervisor you want to be the manager. Okay. So a lot of men are nervous to ask for a promotion. Sometimes got to go out there and be your own boss. So touche, my G. Appreciate you coming through. My man Andre says any hospital that isn't private. Sometimes private hospitals are an issue as well. My man Danny says the one I worry about if we have a natural disaster here and being stranded for a long while, when society breaks down here and life has no value. Yeah, have you ever seen The Walking Dead? Can you imagine a bunch of us trying to band together and be a Walking Dead crew? I'd be done fucking sold out half of y'all. I play it. I ain't gonna do that, but I'm just saying though, when it's survival of the fittest, it's amazing what people will do, and that's just the sad part. I gotta tell you, man, it's very sad to know that people will sell you out if it means saving their own ass. But I mean, do I blame them? Yeah, I do blame them, because that's kind of fucked up, and I wouldn't do that to anybody. I don't care if you're my worst enemy. I mean, if you got my back in a moment when with survival of the fittest, I'm gonna make sure I have your back. I mean, some people see things a little bit differently. I don't think that's scary. I just think that you have to be careful with those ATMs, man. But yeah, the ATMs are always out of money. A lot of them are, for the most part. So yeah, I do agree with that one. My boy Halen was good with you, bro. My man Red Lord says your dog was good. What would scare me is to get pushed into some of that black water. Yeah, actually, you know what? That wouldn't scare me, but I would be super pissed, man, if I have to like fall into a stream of like dirty ass water. That dude, I got my foot caught in gutter water before. I almost lost it. I felt like I had to cut my foot off. I swear, that's how bad. I mean, I scrubbed it with hot water and all kinds of sanitary stuff just to make my foot feel good. But I was walking in some flip flops, some zapatos. Yeah, is that right? I'm sorry, chinilas. What the hell is flip flop in Filipino? I think it's Chanillas, Chanillas. Shit, it's not Zapatos because Zapatos is shoes. Chanillas or Chanitas or some shit like that. Somebody who's Filipino tell me what flip flop is. Anyways, my flip flop got caught. I slipped in my flip flop and my foot went into this black water and it all was like fungus. Like you can see the green shit growing in there, like that milky ass dirty water. You know that probably came from somebody's commode or their bathroom or some clothes that they was washing. That shit looked like it was sitting in that water for like about 6 months. I mean, oh my god, I felt like I was gonna die, man. Oh, get lost, man. I've never been to the ATL, bro. I thought you was talking about the TV show ATL with the Donald Glover. But I've seen T.I.'s ATL. I watched that movie too. Buffalo was good with you. He says young Filipino men who dress and act. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna address that because I feel like that's an intriguing topic of discussion. I actually agree with you to an extent. I do agree with you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was young, I sagged my pants and I wore these overly big clothes because that was the cool thing for me to do when I was fucking 13 years old. So to see the Filipino people doing it now, it's a bit much, but I don't blame them because they're feeling as if they have to identify with, if they identify with hip hop culture, they believe that's how they have to dress, right? So I'm not against them from doing it, but I'm not gonna say it's pathetic, but I do say that it doesn't look good. It's not a good look at all. When I look back at myself back then, I was really disappointed in myself because I looked like shit. Imagine I was a fat kid. I'm a big guy now, but I was a fat kid. So a fat kid wearing big oversized clothes, 3X pants and 4X white t-shirts and shit. It made me look just really nasty and sluggish and, and really shitty. So I do agree. I don't believe it's a good look. I don't blame them for doing that if they feel that that's what they have to do to identify with the culture. If that's what you're saying, then I can agree with that. But like I said, people identify with what they identify with. So I'm not against them for doing it because I used to do it, but you can't be no grown ass man dressing like that because then you really look silly and stupid. Shout out to my boy Jedi. What's good with you, bro? Mm. Okay, bringing it back up. You said that it happens in Vietnam the most. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I've never been to Vietnam, so I can only take your word for it. For sure, though. I mean, holding their dicks. Now that's funny. If you see people walking around here holding their private parts, yeah, that's kind of stupid. I get it. I think it's dumb too. So I can't really disagree with that one. So I appreciate you coming through, even though that has nothing to do with the topic. Let me try to get back on topic, but thank you. Red Lord, you gave me 2 likes. Appreciate you. Jedi, it's all good, brother. My live stream was a bit delayed. I actually came on at 8:30, and this is actually my second attempt at it. Unfortunately, I had some cutout issues, so hey, you can say I came in on his time, whatever it may be. Doc doesn't mind. I'm still gonna do my damn thing, and hey, you can go wherever you want to, ladies and gentlemen. You are not required to be here. I appreciate you being here, but you are not required to be here if you don't want to be here. I would hope that all of y'all who are here want to be with the good doc. So hey, do your thing, bro. Shout out to my boy Akeem James. I see you in the building. Much love to you, my G. I'm sorry if I seem like I'm cutting out. My neck is starting to get damn, getting old, people. Doc is no spring chicken, people. Anyways, shout out to my boy Fred Flintstone. He says, Dr. Mike, if you have old boy as a guest on your show, would increase views and draw more crossover audience? I did an interview with Bama before. I did one already. How many of you actually knew that I did an interview with Bama? Press 1 if you actually knew that I have a video on file where me and him did a Google Hangout together. Let me know. Let me know if you guys know about that particular live stream. It's been done already. It was done sometime maybe a couple years back. But shout out to him, man. I hope everything's going well for him. Terry Edwards says, I'm scared of buying a condominium and losing it during a natural disaster. Yep. But you should get your money back for that. That's not your fault. But yeah. Jedi says, I hate the fact that they put the clamps on foreigners in the Philippines. No property except for condos. Can't own a business. Right out so much red tape. I agree with you, bro. I mean, it sucks. In the U.S., there's so little red tape. In the Philippines, it's rough. But I don't blame them for doing it. The U.S. needs to do it, but they don't do it. I don't know why they don't do it, but anybody from any country can own property here. I mean, shit, I guess as long as you pay your taxes, nobody cares, right? It's a little intriguing. A little interesting, by the way. I see we still got 37 watching. The like counter is officially at 26. I could fuck with that. All right, appreciate that. Jedi says condos are way overpriced, so they're sticking to it. I mean, it's priced, so they sticking it. Oh, they're sticking it to the foreigner. True. Shout out to my boy Black Torch. I appreciate you coming through. Terry says, I'm scared of dying in the Philippines and not having proper burial. What's a good burial plan in the Philippines? No one ever talks about that. You know what, man? That is $1 million question. If you want to know the truth about me, I told my girl that if I die before her, just cremate me. I know it sounds crazy, but if you want to know the truth, I want to be cremated. Just cremate me, man. That's all I care about. Just take my ashes, do something, spread them. Hey, take my ashes to the strip club or to my favorite place, so that I could live peacefully, watch some bar girls dance, and live my life. That's the truth. As far as the burial plan, I don't know, my brother, because I don't know where they will bury you. I don't know a good place for you to be buried. I honestly tell foreigners, and this is gonna sound really crazy and fucked up, but I would rather you just get cremated in the Philippines and your baby girl or whoever you with spread your ashes somewhere. Hopefully you're with a good one that won't just throw your shit inside of a garbage bin in the back of the the back of the funeral home. But I told my girl, I said, don't waste no time trying to bury me. And the reason I don't want that is because my family's never gonna come and see me. They're never gonna come visit me at my burial site all the way to the fucking Philippines. So just cremate me, man. Just take my ashes, spread them somewhere. If you want to keep them, keep them. I think it's a little bit creepy, but if you want to keep them, keep me somewhere. But if you're gonna get buried in the Philippines, who really wants to get buried in the Philippines now? I'm gonna be honest with you. Who really wants to get buried here? Nobody will ever come and see you. And I've seen the graveyards in the Philippines, and they're nothing to fuck with. I can't tell you whose tombstone is what. You're gonna have the nicest tombstone in there for them to find you. I mean, it's a lot of work. At least in my area, in the province, what's the point? What's the point of spending all that money for a burial? But that is a great topic to bring up. I personally think you should just get cremated, but don't listen to me. That's what I'm gonna do. Heaven forbid I kick the bucket anytime soon. Let's hope the good doc has a long life. But I already told my girl, if something ever happened to me, just cremate me. I'll be happy. I won't cry, bitch, or moan about it. Just cremate me. It'll keep you from having to worry about arrangements and trying to get people around to come pay their last respects and all that stuff. Just burn my ass. I'm already gonna burn anyways. Just go ahead and get. I'm just being funny, but I'm saying though, that's just what I would say. Black Torch says, is it better to live in a dorm or get an apartment when going to school? Apartments, because the dorms have curfews and you can't have company over. Always get an apartment. Besides, there are no dormitories for men. Dormitories are for females. So you as a man has to get an apartment. I've never seen an all boys dormitory. So you're still gonna probably end up getting an apartment anyways. My man Akeem James says that he's scared of the noise in Manila. It get noisy, but it ain't that bad. My boy Smooth says the banana spider is one of the most venomous spider on earth, and it can be deadly. Now that could be a big problem. I've never been bit by one. I don't get close enough for them to bite me. Like I said, somebody else does the killing. If I don't have Raid or Bygone, they don't have Raid in the Philippines. They got Bygone. I'll use the whole damn can on that bastard. Look, it's gonna be me or him, and it ain't gonna be me. All right, so Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Let me get through these comments, Doc. You bugging. 38 people watching, man. Let's get these likes up, bro. I know I keep saying it, but that's what I do when I need to segue into new comments. All right. Larry says, speaking of not giving your real name in the Philippines, I always say my name is Joe. Me too. People like to say, hey, Joe. So naming myself Joe is easy. Yeah. They always say, hello, Joe. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So, yeah, never give your real information if you can avoid it. And if you do give your real first name, I actually modify my first name. I don't really give them my like real first name, or I do sometimes. It just depends. But yeah, I agree, man. I say Joe is easy, something that is easy to remember. Michael is not hard to remember, but the last thing you want people to do is their investigative technique and actually figure out your whole name. Yeah, don't do that. It's too much work. Uh My boy Terry Edwards says the doc was an expat thought. Oh, bro, Terry, you have no idea, bro. Doc was a Superman whore. I'll be honest, man. I look back at my life and I had too much fun. I did. I admit it. I was safe about it. Let's not get it twisted. But Doc had his fair share of the fun. I mean, damn, I was getting it. And I would put everybody on. Hey, if I could put you on game, I would. I would tell you everything that I did, but some things are better off not being spoken or mentioned. Some of the shit is even on tape. Doc probably got a sex tape out there somewhere. Somebody probably got a copy of it. No homo, man. If you one of the dudes out there who got my sex tape, just delete it, okay? Because that's weird. But I do believe I have a sex tape, yo. Not gonna front. I'm gonna go ahead and put that energy out there right now. So just in case something pops up, okay? Just in case something pops up. Cause I feel myself becoming super famous one day, through my podcast, because I'm super awesome. Love you guys. You guys make this fun for me. But if I ever become popular to the point where people are reporting news that I have a sex tape, I'm telling you right now, it might be true. I'm telling you right now, it might. It just might be true. So before y'all jump the gun and act like y'all super surprised, just know that on uh October 25th, 2019, at 10:06 in the PM Eastern Standard Time, Dr. Mike officially admitted that there is a possibility that he does have a sex tape. So if you come across it, just delete it. And don't be trying to compare yourself to me, because it's not gonna be cool, okay? All right, because like I say, I go for broke sometimes. Anyways, let me that's the one thing that scares me. Oh my god, let me write that down. Hold on. My biggest fear, scare. I'm gonna write that down because I wanna converse about that one. I want to talk about it because I got a reputation to maintain, and I try my best to be wholesome. Might love the kids. I'm a friendly guy, so you know I try not to get myself caught up in the unnecessary nonsense. But you just never know, guys. You just never know. Oh shit. Okay, if you guys see comments that need approving, because I'm not in YouTube right now, y'all make sure y'all take care of that. Okay. Anyways, that's my biggest fear, having a sex tape in the Philippines. I'm be honest with y'all, man. That's my biggest fear. That's my all-time biggest fear. I fuck. I think I've lost my mind, but it's okay. But Terry, you're right, man. Doc was a huge man whore back in the day. I ain't gonna front. I had fun, man. I was 18, 19 years old. You couldn't tell me shit when I was young. Couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't tell me nothing about no diseases. You couldn't tell me nothing. I always wrapped it up. Let's keep it real, but yeah. I love my young lady, man. Jesus, I'm good. Anyways, my man DE says most Filipinos watch what everyone else in the barangay do, and if you're a foreigner, they talk about you. Oh yeah, they'll always talk about you. I think I should delete that one. But yeah, my biggest fear is having a sex tape in the Philippines. I'm gonna leave that one up for a while I read other comments. Yeah, David, those big lizards. Yeah, they be over there. They be over there stealing food off your plate too. My man Raymond says Doc says he travels at night because they cannot see him because of his complexion. Yeah, I'm not super dark, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I blend in the nighttime. Put on a black hoodie, can't nobody tell me nothing. But y'all over here looking suspect. Y'all don't like me very much. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. If you want to know truth, I'll be honest with you. I don't care. If you can't joke with your people, if you can't have a joking conversation with people and you can't tease yourself a little bit, I just consider that a little bit uptight. Okay? Am I super dark? No. But uh y'all ain't gonna see me. Okay. Y'all ain't gonna see me. So if I'm traveling to them super duper skeptical areas, yeah, I'll probably ride it that night. Mm. Uh mm. Anthony Brown, I see you in the building. I'm going through the comments, guys. I'm sorry if I'm running through them. Let's it just doesn't mean that I'm skipping y'all. Uh, but I'm just reading the comments. MC, he says you say you scared me about the restaurant's lack of hygiene. Makes me want to carry my own plates and silverware if I ever go to the Philippines and eat at a restaurant. It's not like that in all restaurants, but those eateries on the outside, yeah, I'm gonna say that you got to be careful. Just saying, you got to put forth an extra effort. Got to do your due diligence. You just never know. I've eaten on plates and stuff. I ain't never got sick, so I'm not gonna act like I'm a bougie ass dude right now. So, I eat on the plates. I eat with the silverware, so I don't think that I've ever gotten sick because of it. Not saying that everybody's immune system is like mine, but it is something you should take into consideration. Okay. Rayman says, "Did your friends call you Doughboy back in the day?" No. Do you really want to know my eight? You want to know my real nicknames back in the day? I was Cue Ball. I was 8 Ball. People said that I looked like E40. Those were my nicknames. I mean, anything bald related, that was my name. I was never called the Pillsbury Doughboy, even though I felt like I was mighty close to that one. Okay, really felt like that was mighty close. I was close. I was pushing it. I was a little roly poly isk. All right, so yeah, about that. Essential Classic says everything I'm hearing and reading has me second guessing my decision to go. No, bro. See, I want you guys to understand that when Doc has these particular types of shows, I'm doing this for the educational purpose. Okay, Doc is all about his education. I'm trying to teach y'all. I'm trying to school y'all on some shit that's funny to me, but that can be real. Um, how real is it? How common is it that you're really gonna get blackmailed? Probably slim to none, unless you put yourself in those particular situations. How often are you going to come across unsanitary places in the Philippines, like restaurants and stuff? If you eat inside the mall, probably not. If you cook your own food, shit, probably never, because you're probably a sanitary person. Like I say what I normally do when I go to restaurants, and this is no cap, this is really what I do. I bring hand sanitizer, put some on a napkin, I wipe off my spoon and my fork, my eating utensils. And if the food is brought to where I have to plate it myself, I'll wipe down the plate. All right. Like I said, it's just a precautionary tactic. It's nothing for you to be super scared of. My dude, you come to the Philippines, you'll pretty much you'll probably forget all about that shit once you actually get here. You should just be worried enough to the point where you should just protect yourself. That's all. They do. They don't wash their hands very much. David, that's some really scary shit, but I don't even want to talk about it. That shit makes me nervous. Yeah, it's kind of bad. Y'all go have these people just say fuck the Philippines. Shit. What did I say press one for? I fucking forgot. I am so late in my own chat. What did I say press one for? I said press one if you've what? I forgot. Never mind. But y'all press one, so y'all know what I was talking about. Anyways, the interview with Bama. Yeah, I did it. I've been had that one. Matter of fact, if you want to go see it, it's on my secondary channel. That's exactly where it's located. So if you've ever been to my secondary channel, you'll find the interview that I did with Bama. I only have like maybe 20 videos or something like that or less. So yeah, it's over there if you want to go check it out. Jedi says, when I was in the province with his girlfriend last time in the PI, we all went to the beach and had lunch, but I lost my appetite with all the damn flies crawling all over the buffet. Oh yeah, that shit's nasty. Rain Man, stop playing like you brand new, bruh. Fred Flintstone, I've heard of that one. I never got a chance to watch it. But they had some pretty classic back and forths on Jay's show as well, man. They've had some pretty good classic back and forths on that show too. My man Raymond says, "What is scary is thinking MGTOW Terry." Yo, shout out to yo. Where is Terry? Does Terry got a new channel name? Somebody tell me Terry's new channel name because I've been missing Terry. I want to keep up with him. I don't know. I'm just glad to hear he's okay. I'm talking about yeah, MGTOW Terry. If Terry, some people have confirmed that Terry McGreevy had passed away, so much respect to him. But I'm talking about MGTOW Terry. If you know where he's at, just send my regards. Say what's up. My man Derek Floyd in the building. What's good with you, bro? He says, I'm scared because I heard the Philippines government could take part of your land to make a road without paying you. I would say don't live on the side of a road. I guess that's the only thing I can tell you, man. You don't want a house on the side of the road, man. Mm. Mm. Terry Edwards says, how about if you die on vacation? That's a fear. Yeah, I gotta agree with that one. I wouldn't want to die on vacay. That sounds absolutely horrible. Mm. Yeah. Rayman says that they make their homes in cemeteries. I would rather not be buried. Mm. I don't want that one, man. I don't fuck with banana spiders, man. I keep them things at a distance. Some say that the smaller spiders are more venomous, but I'm not playing that shit. I'm not. Yep, you're right, Dave. He said Doc so black he looked like he's under the bed. Yo, sometimes all you can do is see my eyes, bruh. No cap. I be killing it, bruh. I love being black. Y'all have no idea. Being black is so fucking awesome. You want to know the real reason why I like being black? If I get injuries on my skin, it don't show up, because I'm black. It's not like you can see it anyways. I like being black because I blend in at night. Nobody really fucks with me. Half the time they don't see me until I'm up on top of them. Scare the hell out of some people like it's Halloween in this bitch. I don't like to just walk up on people like that. That's not cool. But I'm just being honest, man. Being black is awesome, bro. There's a lot of things that being black has its benefits. I mean, I can't help it. I enjoy that part of my lifestyle. I enjoy that part of my life. My man Scott was good. He says, how are the cops in the Philippines? Mike heard for the most part pretty friendly. Yes, they are. They are 100%. I've never had a bad experience with a cop ever. I've been in accidents. Cops have never treated me wrong. Everybody's done right by me. So yeah, just the truth. I've never really had a bad experience with the police. Matter of fact, cops are super friendly. They're willing to stand there, take a picture with you when they got their M16s in their hands. Pretty good people, man. I've never had a bad problem. And this is coming from a black guy, okay? So yeah, you can imagine we're supposed to be scared of cops, but you don't have to be scared of them in the Philippines for sure. So yeah. Red Lord, man, I gotta agree, man. I would be scared to get caught with drugs as well. That's that's not cool, bro. Nor is it kosher, my friend. It is not kosher at all. I would hope that you would never put yourself in a situation where you would ever be around drugs, but heaven forbid you ever get caught with any. They may bury your ass under the jail. Mm, mm, mm. Rayman, I did not do my research on banana spider venoms and erectile dysfunction. I just use Robust for that. Shout out to the Robust crew in the building. Everybody knows Dr. Mike TV is all about Robust, and I am not officially a paid sponsor for Robust, but they should start paying me very, 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 very soon. Shout out to my boy Derek. Derek says my biggest fear is one of my girl's cousins finding my yeah, everybody sent at least one dick pic. If you have it, you're weak as fuck. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you've never sent at least one dick pic in your past, you are weak as fuck. You are weak AF. I'm telling you, everybody's done something crazy, something stupid. I can almost tell you the truth. If you ever come across the sex tape, act like you don't know it exists. All you have to do is act like it's brand new. Be like, man, doctor already told us that that's what's up. I done told y'all in advance. If you ever come across anybody who has it, maybe a scorned ex-girlfriend. Well, I never really had any ex-girlfriends, but a chick that I may have messed with in the past. I'm gonna tell you, bruh. I'm gonna tell you. If you, I'm gonna tell you. I believe it to be true, man. Y'all think I'm joking, but I'm talking some real shit right now. I think I do have one. That's my biggest fear, that I'm gonna have my sex tape come out, and people are gonna consider me popular enough, and put my shit out there. I'm gonna be on damn TMZ Philippines or some shit. I'm gonna be on TV Patrol. Yo, I'm gonna be front page news. But I promise you, I'll probably get my subscriber count up if they ever come across that tape. Facts. Matter of fact, I might do a Kim K and a Ray J and release my own damn sex tape. Maybe I get more subscribers. Fuck me. I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, you see the fun we like to have over here on the Dr. Mike TV channel. Guys, make sure y'all like the video. Trust me. I think I just might put my own video out there. It ain't gonna make me no money, but it's gonna make me some subscribers. So fuck it. It's a win-win for me. I'm gonna probably have a strong female base after that video comes out. I put money on everything. Right now, honest to God, I think my demographic in reference to gender, I think 86% of my audience is male. Last time I checked, I'm sorry, not 86, 83, and 17% is female. But I can almost guarantee if that tape ever released it, if I ever released that tape, or if somebody ever had a chance to see that tape, my female audience count will probably outdo the guys, no doubt. I'm just gonna be honest with myself. I may not be the prettiest, but yeah. Derek, man, if the girl try to holler at you from seeing your D pic, man, just let it go. Yeah, Ray, man. I know Dope Boy was played in Boys in the Hood by Ice Cube. I just didn't have the Jerry curl, so I didn't look like it. So yeah, didn't regulate. But yeah, they used to call me 8-Ball, Q Ball, and E Figgity. They used to call me E40, man. That was my shit back in the day. That was just it. That was my name. Okay. Shout out to my boy 2Man77. I'm sorry, 777. He says, Dr. Mike, glad I caught your live stream again. I'm glad to see you here. He says his biggest fear in the Philippines would be getting into a beef with the local. I noticed on my travels in Asia. No, I noticed in my travels, Asians tend to stick together. Exactly. Yeah, it'll never be a fair fight. Honestly, I've never seen a Filipino fight a foreigner one-on-one straight up. So yeah, you're probably gonna find yourself at a disadvantage in that particular situation. They do stick together. And I mean, I respect it. The fact that they got these large ass families. I'm talking about extended cousins, extended brothers, and a whole bunch of siblings and all that shit. Yeah, uncles and fathers or whatever. Yeah, you're at a deficit. So yeah, getting into a beef with a foreigner or Filipino, probably not a good look anyway. So I say try to avoid confrontation at all costs in the Philippines. Appreciate you coming through, bro. My man Fred Flintstone says in the Philippines, your hands come out more nasty and dirtier after washing your hands with the water there. That's funny. I'm not doing that one. Oh, it's Terry Traveler 123. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out. Appreciate that. I've always wondered what happened to Terry. I do. I like Terry. Don't get me wrong. Terry, when he was MGTOW Terry, I don't know if he still goes by that. Terry's a good dude to me. He's been good to me. So nothing but respect for him. And nothing but respect to everybody who's helped me get to where I am today. I'm not acting like I'm a big dog because I'm not still I'm a big dog in a little yard right now. And I'm happy. I'm happy here. Sky's the limit, but you got to be happy with your progress as the progress comes. Seems to be coming along, a little bit better in this last month than previous months. The subscriber count seems to be going up, and I owe that to you guys. I owe that to Facebook. I owe that to a lot of different things. But yes, sir. There is nothing wrong with being black, bro. Oh, I would never say there's anything wrong with being black. I think being black is awesome. And if you're white, I would expect you to say that being white is awesome. I would not expect you to say anything different. Unless you want to believe that all black guys have bigger, whatever the fuck. Yeah, they did whatever. We're not going there. 2 man, black don't crack, people. Black don't crack. Yes, sir. All right, man. Moving on. Let me get back to this. I'm sorry. Guys, 34 watching. I appreciate all 34 of you coming through and showing love. It's been an awesome live stream. John Doe, I agree 100%. Not all of them are that friendly. I believe some of them are, but like I said, they take a picture. I do believe that they always want a picture, but they kind of want to get near the foreigner because the foreigner man is the different type of dude. So, yeah. I'm reading comments, guys. Just stick with me. Hakeem James said the sex tape thing would freak about, especially if I think about my teenage years. Hey, man, I'm a grown man. Like I said, somebody's gonna hold on to that tape until I try to run for office, and I promise you, somebody gonna whip that bitch out real quick. Talk about, hey, Dr. Mike in a secret sex scandal. It's not that much of a secret. I told y'all about it at 10/25/2019. But when it comes out, it's gonna ruin my reputation as a man. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance, people. I think it'll make me awesomer. I think people will enjoy me a little bit more. They'd be like, Doc's the real one, man. He even got his own sex tape. Too much fun. All right. My man Elgo says California Rep Katie Hill has photos of her nude combing her staff members' hair and pics of her iron cross on her bikini line. Hasn't resigned yet. You have nothing to worry about. Shout out to Katie Hill. I mean, I wouldn't want to resign anything. I'm just going to keep it real. I think we've all done things in our youth. I just think that if I put out a tape now, yeah, they're going to be I'm good. I'm done. Yeah, I mean, PMP, as long as you never find yourself on the wrong side of that law, you'll be good. But they do be trying to get foreigners too. They do. They truly do. Them traffic violations, they don't want to take that ticket to the office if they ain't got to. They'll definitely make sure that you come out of pocket for it. No doubt in my mind. So, yeah, you definitely going to have some issues with that one. You do come across some bad ones. I mean, luckily in Davao City, I haven't come across anything too dramatic. So, luckily for me, that's been a pretty good, good thing, I can say. But guys, like I said, 33 watching. I'm seeing about 31 likes, no dislikes. That's pretty awesome. Like I said, you guys have been a great group of individuals today. You guys could have been doing anything, but you come through to hear me rant and rave about nonsense. Hopefully, anything that I've said or any comments that were made in the chat were educational and helpful. I appreciate you guys spending time with me today. And unless you guys have anything else to say, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one because we've been on for about an hour and 22, 23 minutes. So I've been doing enough talking. I was hoping somebody would come on. My apologies to the individual who did come on and then left. I was trying to get through the chat before I brung somebody else on because I would hate to stop them from, being able to speak their mind at that time. But again, there will be other chats for you guys to do. This Friday free for all is definitely something that's going to happen on a continuous basis, on a continuous, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. So every Friday about 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the PM Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do Friday free for all. I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post a topic, and thank God we were able to pretty much stick to topic tonight. That's what really makes me happy when I'm able to deliver something that's seemingly awesome, at least awesome to myself, and you guys are able to stick it out with me. Because like I said, man, Friday nights, most of y'all be out drinking. I don't know if it's payday weekend or not. Maybe most of y'all are indoors because it's not payday weekend yet. It's the 25th. Yeah, y'all don't get paid until next week. So I might not have too many people on next weekend when it's the 1st, around Friday the 1st. So if I don't see y'all then, thank you for showing up right now. And again, unless you guys have anything else to say, I will be cutting it very, very soon. I don't want to waste too much of your time. I want to give you guys a chance to get your lives together and do something importante to yourselves. All right. My man Akeem James says it really sucks because I see Filipinos sticking together. Your fellow foreigners may not care that much, so you may not get much support if you have beef with another foreigner. I don't really fuck with a lot of foreigners. A lot of my friends or people or acquaintances are Filipino, and that's all. It's always good to have Filipino acquaintances, people that you can rely on, when you need them for, certain things. So make sure that you keep that in your back pocket, food for thought. I've never been in a beef with a Filipino before. So for me to even think of it, it'll be odd. I mean, Filipinos don't naturally come up to you and try to start shit unless you're in a bar or they're drunk or something like that. But randomly, Filipinos trying to come up and try to start with you or try to have beef with you, that shit just a little weird for me. You know, it just don't seem like it would work. So anything is possible. I'm not gonna say that it's impossible to get into a conversation or a beef with somebody, but I mean the odds are slim unless you know you allow it to escalate to a level where it never needs to be. That's what I will say. My man Red Lord says I was pickpocketing and got my wallet bag. PMP can help sometimes. Yeah, like I said, it depends on the situation. Not all PMP are bad. I've never had a bad experience in Davao City. I'm just gonna be honest. I've never had anybody try to exploit anything from me when I lived in Davao. I can't say the same for Manila. I can't speak for Cebu. Never been to these areas. Never been pulled over by the cops in these areas. I don't know about them like that. But what I do know is that my experiences in the U.S. I mean, not the U.S., but my experiences in Davao have been pretty good. Nothing I can complain about. All right. So I need to actually shout out all of y'all. But y'all had a lot of people come through today. So let me go ahead and shout y'all out from the names that I can remember. I see my boy Essential Classics, my boy Red Lord, Akeem James, John Doe. Always a pleasure. I'm gonna run through this chat. So if you have anything else to add, leave it down at the bottom. I'll do that. I'm my boy El Ghost. I see Essential Classics. My boy Sam Juan. He says, man, you saw the video where they beat that over 6-foot Marine to death for starting a fight in a bar in the Philippines. They don't play. I never seen that video, but if you email it to me, please let me see that. Let me see that. My man Scott, appreciate you coming through. He says, I heard y'all have more problems with other foreigners than Filipinos. For the most part, you're right. Shout out to my boy Derek Floyd. Always good to see you in the building. Rain Man, Buffalo. Sick. Appreciate you being here. David Webb, Mr. Two Man 77, 770, 77. Appreciate you being here, my G. NY Mets fan. Appreciate you being here. Leo Faison, man. I didn't get your what's up, but I'm getting it now. Fred Flintstone. Appreciate you guys being here. Terry Edwards, much love. My boy D. One letter. Very simple, easy to remember. Jedi, much love. Appreciate y'all being here. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. World Traveler, always a pleasure, my dude. Appreciate you being here. If I miss your name, don't kill me. Just leave it down at the bottom. Doc can take care of that. I'm scrolling back up. MC Royale, appreciate you being here. I don't want you to be scared, but hygiene is definitely a big deal for me in the Philippines. Try to keep myself as on point as humanly possible. Just take it into consideration. That's all. My boy David Webb, I think I got you already. But Smooth Riffs, I see you in the building. Much love to you. Anthony Brown Jr., appreciate you being here, my G. SML, I see you, family. My boy JD Orchid, DE Raptor, appreciate you being here. Much love to you, my brother. Larry S, thank you for being here. Black Torch, I see you, family. Appreciate you spending some time with the doc. I'm gonna get all y'all, everybody that I possibly can. If I miss you, don't kill me. My boy Christopher Lewin was here. My boy Halem, I gotta get these names right. My boy Get Lost Vlogs. Guys, if I'm missing you right now, just leave your information. Dante Will, I see you, family. JD G, appreciate you. He said, always enjoy your videos, bro. Hey, man, I'm just glad that y'all sit here and listen to me, man. I do this shit for fun. If only 2 people showed up to listen to me talk my shit, I would probably still talk the same shit. But the fact that some of my videos are definitely helping you guys, that's awesome to me. That's a feeling that money can't buy. Like I said, YouTube don't pay me shit. Okay, I'll be honest with you. You have to do YouTube for passion and pray that it works out for you. But if it doesn't, you got to continue to do it. So I appreciate anybody who appreciates the videos, man. If you find anything that I say, whether it's because I'm a black traveler, whether it's because of whatever reason you choose to come through and spend time with the good doc, thank you. Just I appreciate that. Y'all about to bring a tear to my eye and shit. Thank God y'all can't see me in the background crying and shit. But I appreciate it, man. It's much love and nothing but respect to everybody who watches my channel. Okay, because like I said, you can watch anybody's channel you want to, but if you choose to heed some warnings or take some advice from me, and then you write me and say, Doc, man, I remember this video that you told me about this, that, and the other. The situation happened to me, and it actually worked out the way that you told me it would, and I utilized some of the things that you said in the video. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, man. That shit make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside this shit. Anyways, it does make me feel good that something that I'm saying is beneficial to you guys in one way or another. So as long as I'll continue to do that, we'll be good. And your trip in December, my brother, man, enjoy it. Have the time of your life. You can email me if you have any questions or anything that you want to know. I'm not sure exactly what area you plan on going to, but for sure, man, just enjoy your trip, bro. Enjoy it all around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been real. But of course, the good doc is officially out. Hey, guys, we got a video coming out tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually make sure my videos are posted during that schedule so that you never miss it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I hope you guys take time to listen in on that video. I enjoyed making it. Might rub some people the wrong way. Hint, hint. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, it has been fun. It has been real. The good doc is officially out. At least knuckle. Alam, which means I'm going out. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.